Where do I fit? What is my place? Is it half caste? Mixed race?
Grew up in Slough flats in the 4 stories. So lived there till I was 7, and then moved to houses in Ballymun down in Coventry. And I've lived there like up till last week. I moved out like last week. So I think in Ballymun, like there's something like there's something there, something in the water. Definitely, like when I look at who's kind of coming out of Ballymun, the artists. So I don't know, I suppose it's just the environment. And then I learned actually how to write as well in Ballymun in the Axis. So that was like, yeah, I realised my like creative potential in Ballymun. So,
but it was never just black or white. It was a grey area with a silver lining. It was in between the lines I found myself hiding. My name is Adam Mohamed. I'm named after the first male and the prophet, Christian and Muslim. You wanna know where I come from? It's the jungle, the concrete jungle.
Yeah, well, about 10, 11, I would have started like after school stuff, just with like writing and like little stuff like homework, clubs, and then going to the reco as well on the weekends, and like just getting involved in the activities, all the kind of, they had like computer rooms, and they had like acting classes as well, and like writing classes as well. And then from there I was able to go to the Axis, and then the Axis had like loads of stuff with the Axis, and like DJing classes. And then I was part of the like the Lift Festival as well. And in the Axis, they were in the process of putting a project together just to get like loads of young people. It was mostly young men around 18 to 21 age into this project, and just to see what happens creatively. There was like people from like all backgrounds. There's like dancers, there was like computer heads, music heads in the project. And then they had guys like Damo Dempsey, guys like John Connors, Terry McMahon, Paul Alroy, Little Dialect, Maverick Sabre. These were the guys that were kind of facilitating us and acting as kind of mentors for us. And then there was Stephen James Smith as well. So that was the first time that it was in his, like, we'd have like a session like twice a week, but in his session, that was when I actually first started. I first wrote something, like a kind of poem. And yeah, I knew that we had something. It was the first thing I wrote in that project. Just I wrote stuff, and I probably, like, even if we was to look back at it now, it probably wasn't even the best, but like just the kind of the buzz that I got for it, and knowing that we could write something that's not really that deep, but it could make it sound good. That was like, yeah, that was brilliant for me. And then I got the opportunity to like be on camera, and I got the opportunity to perform stuff as well. So that was like big for me, just for knowing that we could do that, and giving me like the confidence. Not even the confidence, because it was just me having that opportunity to know that, you know, I could do arts, and I could, you know, be creative, and I had that in me to actually do that. So yeah, that was what I got on. Even before I got involved in this, I'd always, like, any opportunity that comes to me, I'll like dip my toe into anything. That's kind of something that I've got from Ballymun as well. Like, I can waffle if I need to, so I'll dip my toe into anything and try it. So I'd like to think that we would have, if I hadn't got involved with that project, that would have been something else. But you never know. But sure, what it is that project helped me to figure out that I had it. So
see, these days, different is cool. It wasn't when I was in school. I carried a burden, the lines were blurred in. Hate from mates was turned inside and stored in. Like, why don't I have pure skin? Why does my hair curl in? Do I pray on a mat or at mass? Take an Easter feast or a Ramadan fast? Learn about Sudan's dodgy sands or Bobby sands? See, there's too many contradictions that cause afflictions. The only way out is to find your way out. Through the shame and pain my mind frame sprouts. From why don't I have pure skin? My skin is the purest, one with all that exists, pure bliss.
I didn't expect it to get the reception that I would get, and it's just kind of surpassed any expectations I've had of it. And then just the fact that people that aren't from kind of other mixed race backgrounds or anything like that, it's just loads of people are connecting with it that are from completely different backgrounds to me, different ages, kids, elderly people, from different countries as well. So it's crazy.
We call it an up the flats mentality from an African magistrate. And while the flats eroded and crumbled, I arose triumphant with the spirit of Dublin and Khartoum.
Yeah, well, I started when I wrote my first thing, and when I was saying there with in the Axis, that was in 2016, and then I done nothing. I didn't write really anything from then, from the end of that project up until October, just gone. So there was a good 4 years of nothing. I wasn't doing anything, and yeah, and just in October, sorry, just gone. I picked up the pen, and that came out. 25 now, so that in me for 25 years. So to get that out was great.
So cool.
Just get it out of my head and onto the page, and then from there getting onto the page and onto the camera. It's just crazy. The plan is basically to put out an album now, so that'll be out, and that'll have poetry, spoken word, rapping, singing. So it's going to be a lot of things. And then just aside from that, I'm looking at actually going to college, hopefully back to college next year and doing teaching. So I'd like to become a teacher, because I think that's a way doing youth work and then doing something as well. So hopefully I'll be a business and a history teacher this time in 2 years as well. I'm doing a lot for the St. Patrick's Day Festival. So Pat Tierney, the Ballymun bard who passed away there, I'm reading over one of his poems. It's called Beyond the Sally Gap. So basically what they want to do is just take an old poem and put a new young voice over it. So I'll be doing that. And then we performed last week in the Guinness Storehouse with Pillow Queens and Gemma Dunleavy. I heard her thing a few months ago, and that was a big influence as well for me doing what we done, because she's from the flats, I'm from the flats. So when I heard that, I never heard anyone kind of profess their love openly that they're from there. So even though we all say yeah, it's great being from Ballymun, the flats are great, but no one's actually saying it on a record or putting it out there. So that was a real big influence for me doing what I done. Yeah, just if you think you have a skill, then put time into it and nurture it and see if there's any resources that can help you build it. So I had the Axis beside me, figure out what's on your doorstep that can help you and do that. But sure, I done it a different way. I just the way Untitled came out, we just put it out there. So I could say all this, but if you have something that you think is good enough, then put it out, like record it and throw it up on something. Like it's good having a video, but sure, we're in social media days. All you need is like a camera, and if you have something good enough, then blast it out and see what happens. So I would say just kind of trust yourself and have confidence, and yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even call myself a role model. Like, I don't want to be kind of like that, but I don't know if we can help, people. If we can help people where it came from some way, then we'll do that. Like,
Assalamu alaikum. Cut on scale. If you can't see through the veil, then doing the veil. Because all in all, we have more in common than different. That doesn't make for headlines or sound bites. White privilege, black power. All lives matter. White guilt or black shame, sure it's all pain. We look left and right, but there's little truth in absolutes, so we stay in the centre, but never on the fence. And that's not being spiteful, but some things are just best left untitled.